Welcome back, everybody, to the Kansas City Royals franchise. In this one, I have an update for you guys today. We're going to be doing the entire Year 2 season. That's going to be it. We're going to do the whole thing. We're going to get into the playoffs, if we make the playoffs. So there's going to be a lot of simulating in this episode. There's going to be a couple games that we play, but they're going to be really quick highlights. I'll guide you through everything that happened from the trade deadline all the way till September and to October. And then we'll see if we make the playoffs, and then we'll do a little preview there. This is a long-ish video, but the gameplay will be strictly highlight reel only. That way we can get through and get in and get out and get this season done and over with. So guys, up on the screen you see the results of the trade offers. So there were 5 trade offers that I provided you guys. We had Marco Gonzalez, Ramon Laureano, and JB Wendelken as a package deal, Ke'Bryan Hayes and Jesse Biddle, Mike Yastrzemski, and John Means. So we had 5 offers up on the board, and you guys can see the results were overwhelming. You guys really want to see Ke'Bryan Hayes in a Royals uniform. 14 people voted for this trade option, 45.2% of the circle. That's a lot, man. The next offer that was the highest up there would be a tie between John Means and Mike Yastrzemski. So you guys weren't really feeling the Marco Gonzalez and Ramon Laureano and JB Wendelken trade. Now the Tier 2 trades were a pretty split decision, but you guys really voted for Chad Kuhl and Roman Quinn. So 14 votes there, 12 votes for the other one. And, you know, I think acquiring Ke'Bryan Hayes and Jesse Biddle, we get our relief arm, we get our lefty arm. I think pulling a trade like this off, Chad Kuhl for Roman Quinn, is going to happen because we're not really giving up a whole lot to go get a guy like Roman Quinn. And he's not necessarily going to be a starting outfielder. He's going to be a defensive replacement, a pinch run type of situation, a pinch hitter in a certain spot where, you know, our current hitter's not facing against lefties or righties very well. If it's a player that I definitely want to pinch hit for in a situation, we need a bunt, we need a guy to lay a bunt down, Roman Quinn's going to be our guy. So we're giving up a minor league pitcher in Chad Kuhl for Roman Quinn. I think I'm going to pull that trade off. So let's get over to the MLB The Show screen and let's pull those trades off and see what our roster looks like with Ke'Bryan Hayes, Jesse Biddle, and Roman Quinn. Here we go. So we got Biddle, Ke'Bryan Hayes. He's going to be a good defensive player for us. Good contact, decent speed numbers there for an infielder. I think this trade is going to be really good for us in the now and in the long term as well. And we're going to pull this off thanks to you guys and thanks to your vote. That is going to be a great trade for us. Let's move on to the Philadelphia Phillies one that we did. We were looking at Roman Quinn, acquiring Roman Quinn for Chad Kuhl. But I think this trade's good for us and good for Philadelphia. A little depth for depth type of move. And let's now make some moves and refix up our pitching staff in our minor league system and our major league system. Let's fix that up, and I'll give you guys a little bit of an update there. So with the trade to acquire Roman Quinn, that pretty much pushes Bubba Starling out of the organization as far as the MLB is concerned. So we're going to move him down to the AAA level, and they're going to get 25 and 26 there. So we got pretty much one more move. We're probably going to have to move somebody out of the AAA to get down to AA. But that move just has to happen because now we got Soler out here in the outfield, Taylor, Quinn, Naquin, and Benintendi. And I think that this move is giving us a little bit of an overcrowded outfield. But again, Roman Quinn pretty much just replaces Bubba Starling. So it's kind of it's a one-for-one type of thing. So we're going to have to move on from a starting pitcher that's actually a relief option for us. And I think it's got to be Jackson Kowar. Yeah, he's 6-3. He's kind of turning it around a little bit in his outings, but he's got a 5.03 ERA right now, and he's got 10 holds. I really like the progression that he's having right now. He's a 71 overall player now at 24 years old with that A, but I think this is the only move for us to move him out of the bullpen and get him back into the AAA starting rotation. And we've got one more move to make at that point. So it's going to be really tough to make this move because when we look at our pitching, you've got Singer, Montgomery, Bubic, Paxton, Lacey, Cueto. You're not really making a move there. I think that's a pretty good starting staff right there, and especially with Lacey kind of being a flex type of option right now. Relievers with Zimmer, Barlow, Biddle, and Junis. Is Junis going to have to get out of there too? Is he going to have to go to AAA? Is he going to have a tough call? I'm not sure. But you got Stalmont there. You've got 2 catcher system there. You need a backup. You got 2 first basemen. Maybe it's Ryan McBroom, guys. maybe it's Ryan McBroom that gets the call down, because what you've got now is you got a situation where, second base with Lopez, Merrifield. I like having Nicky Lopez up here. He's been a good player for us at 274, good depth. Then you've got a kind of a crowded third base situation here, but Hanser Alberto with that 99 contact, 92 vision, that's hard to send down to AAA. I think it's got to be McBroom. He just hasn't really cut it in simulation. I actually play a little bit better with him in gameplay, but that's kind of the trade-off. I don't do well with Hanser Alberto in gameplay. I actually do a little bit better with McBroom in gameplay, so it's just a tough call. But I think this is the move. I think, given that we're going to be simulating a lot in this episode to get through the season, I think you got to hang your hat on Hanser Alberto to play against those lefties. So that's our situation. But so guys, what do you say we get into some gameplay? We're going to play against Houston. We've got actually a chance to win the series. We're up 2-1 against Houston. If we can get this win, we have officially avoided a tie in the series. Go up 3-1. And then in the month of September, we are looking at St. Louis. We're looking at New York, looking at Chicago White Sox, Tampa Bay. This is going to be a tough stretch. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. September is going to be a very, very tough month. So it's very important that we take care of business here in August, as we play interdivisionally against the White Sox, the Twins, and the Indians. Play 3 divisional opponents in this month. Other teams that we take on are a little bit less than a team to worry about, right? So Pittsburgh's bad. Texas isn't very good. Chicago, 2-game series. Very important that we pick up 2 games against them if we can. But between New York and Boston, these are going to be really tough series here. Actually, this mid part of August is going to be really, really tough on this Royals team. So I'm actually pretty anxious to see how we do in gameplay and then how we do in simulation. And then it's even going to be a little bit tougher in September. So there's no easy path to the playoffs, especially when you're up on the Twins and the White Sox by 4 and 4.5 games. So it's very, very, very important that we take care of business as best we possibly can. So good trades, good movements, good decisions by you guys to go out and get Jesse Biddle and Ke'Bryan Hayes plus Roman Quinn. So let's get it done here in this second half of the season. And of course, so Whit Merrifield injured himself. Oh my gosh. So we got to replace him. So what are we going to do now, guys? Oh my goodness. This never ending. So Hanser Alberto is going to be my guy, I guess. So let's see what Alberto can do. Where is he here? He can play second base. I think we're okay. But being the number 3 hitter, that's definitely not going to happen. So we need to get possibly Benintendi needs to be our number 3. Maybe Salvi. Benintendi probably. It's probably the smarter move. Yeah, Benintendi's the smarter move, guys. All right, let's get into it, guys. A 54-45 Houston Astros team. We've got 56 wins ourselves, so it's going to be a very close matchup, a good pitching duel here today. We got James Paxton, the big maple, the lefty. Free agent acquisition. You guys know the story by now, how he came over here to Kansas City. And then we're going up against Sean Dubin, who's actually a very good pitcher out in the GGBL series. So if you guys haven't seen that, I highly suggest you go check that out. But so far, so good. Ke'Bryan Hayes makes a nice defensive play at third, makes a throw across the diamond. We got 2 down here, line drive right there to Nicky Lopez getting the start over Mondesi here at shortstop today. Let's go to the bottom, second inning. Ryan O'Hearn, the big time home run shot deep to right field. That is going to put the Kansas City Royals up on top here, 1-0. Number 17 on the season for Ryan O'Hearn. He's having a breakout type of season this year. Hopefully that translates to year 3 as we kind of transition here to a new look Royals lineup in year 3. I think that he's definitely going to be the starting first baseman full time. Like his progression right now, maybe we can even get him to hit well against left-handers, I should say, here going forward in the future. But we get another nice play here by Nicky Lopez to end the third inning, and then this play here, another good defensive play on the left side of the infield by Ke'Bryan Hayes is going to end at the top of the 4th. Let's go to the bottom of the 4th as we get Benintendi striking out, and we got Sean Dubin is matching James Paxton so far. So again, he is pitching well in gameplay. So it doesn't matter if it's GGBL or if it's Kansas City Royals franchise. He's pitching well, guys. So top of the 5th, Jose Altuve breaks up the no-no. It's always early to be talking about no-nos, but here's a nice play again by Ke'Bryan Hayes. the ball has been finding Ke'Bryan Hayes, especially after the trade deadline. We have acquired him because he is a good hitter, and he is a very, very good defensive third baseman, and the ball just seems to find this guy. But so far, he's made the most of his opportunities, not making a single error. It's keeping us in the ball game for sure. But here's Kyle Tucker getting a double with 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning, and we got to face off against Alex Bregman, who's going to pop up behind home plate, and Salvi, the sure-handed Glover, is going to make this play. We're out of the 7th inning. So here in the bottom of the 7th, we've got to get some insurance here because this Houston team is still very good offensively. We got to get it done here. So 2 down, and Dubin is going to get out of this thing. Going into the 8th inning, Houston still down by 1. Let's go to the top of the 8th. We've got Scott Barlow relieving James Paxton, and he's going to get a leadoff walk. Give up a leadoff walk, I should say, to Jose Altuve. So he's been on base twice, and take a look at this dot all the way to second. Nice throw by Salvi, and he even got a huge jump on that stolen base attempt, but Jose Altuve is going to get absolutely gunned by Salvi. That's going to keep the runners off base here, especially in the scoring position. Nice toss there by Salvi. That's going to be 1 down here in the 8th. This is going to be a ground ball here to O'Hearn. He makes the play. 2 down in the 8th inning. Strike 3. Manny Pena going to strike out. Scott Barlow does a job. We had some good defense at catcher. All the way around, guys, this has been a team effort in this game against Houston. We could keep our lead here 2-1 in the series. Win this game, you win the series outright, 3-1. Top of the 9th, Kyle Zimmer, you saw him. He's top 5 in American League saves, and he's going to notch another one as we win this game 1-0 against Houston. We win the series. That's a big win. You got to try to stave off those AL Central teams that keep finding themselves in this thing. They keep finding a way to start winning some games and trying to creep back up into relevancy, trying to win that AL Central against us. So, got to find a way, any way possible. But we got to find a way to keep on winning, keep winning as many games as you can. So imagine this: you win a game 1-0 by only 2 hits. We had 2 hits today, and we still found a way to win. In simulation, as promised, I told you guys we're going to get through the entire season, so we are going to be simulating quite a bit. Shane Baz is going to be out for 2 to 3 months down in the minor leagues, so we're going to actually place him on the 60-day DL. That should pretty much end out his season. And as we simulate here forward, we win the series against Cleveland. We sweep Pittsburgh. That was a big series for us. Definitely love playing those bottom feeder type of teams to try to pad our win totals. Definitely. Hitters came out to party on August 7th. We had a bunch of people with multiple hits today. We got Aiton Letterman. They're leading off for Pittsburgh. Went 0 for 4. He is a custom prospect, guys, in this series, so just kind of watch out for him. I believe he's in the running for Rookie of the Year. Just saying. By the way, that Keller is Mitch Keller, not Brad Keller. Not the Brad Keller that we traded away. Remember, he is actually on the New York Yankees. But this is what we're going to do next. We're going to actually get into some interleague action with a 2-game series against the Chicago Cubs. I want to see how we stack up against a National League opponent that's really good. Right, so the Cubbies are actually in first place in the NL Central right now, and I feel like this is a good bar test actually for us so far in year number 2. Here late, especially late now in August, and well, late in the season, but early in August. So it's gonna be a tough test for us. But right now against Zach Davies, all things are looking here pretty good. We got Ryan Hayes coming up with runners on first and second, but this is gonna be a one-hopper with Starlin Castro. Yes, Starlin Castro is back in Chicago Cubs pinstripes. Imagine that. But so they do get a nice play at second. We've also got Ke'Bryan Hayes starting a double play here. Nice play. Very nice play here. But we're going to jump to the top of the 4th inning. I told you guys, highlight reels. We're going to try to get through this season really quickly. Benintendi gets a perfect by shooting this thing into the gap. And we've got ourselves a leadoff double. So here is Ryan O'Hearn, who's been a big-time hitter for us in this series in gameplay, and he's going to do it again. An RBI single for O'Hearn, but he's actually going to go for 2, but this was an absolute dot there at second base. So good throw from the outfield. Either way, it takes us out of the inning, man. I think O'Hearn probably should have stayed at first base because Corey Seager comes up, and he's going to hit a solo home run. It is now going to be 1-1. The game is tied in Chicago, not going down quietly. So Corey Seager, the 2020 World Series MVP, ties this baby up. All right, let's go to the next inning, where we've got a base hit, a single. Next batter up is Jordan Montgomery, and we've got a stolen base attempt by Ke'Bryan Hayes. He's going to get in safely. We're at the top of the fifth, guys, and then we got Jordan Montgomery laying down a bunt attempt here. I don't think he's thinking he's going to beat it out, but at least we get Ke'Bryan Hayes 90 feet closer. Next batter up, Mondesi almost passed Rowdy Tellez, but man, what a play. To make that play, spinning, throwing back to the pitcher, covering. Good team up there to get Kansas City out of the inning. Let's go to the bottom of the fifth. Rowdy Tellez going to strike out looking, and then we got Javi Baez sending the ball deep to right. Can it carry? No. A great play out there in right field by Nomar Mazara. What a play. Let's jump to the top of the seventh. Can we still get this offense rolling here, guys? We've scored 2 runs in gameplay today. Yeah, 2 runs. We got to try to get some more runs across the board, man. Chicago's giving it to us here against their pitching staff, man. It's been tough. But Hunter Dozier will come on and be a pinch runner for the slow runner Ryan O'Hearn, but it's not going to matter. Whit Merrifield grounds out into a double play. That's the one thing that I just couldn't stand to do, man. Just couldn't stand to do. That's not what we needed right there. Want to at least try to get Hunter Dozier trying to run a little bit rather than trying to beat out a ground ball for a double play. But bottom of the seventh inning, we've got Chris Bryant coming up after a walk to Corey Seager. Not the worst thing in the world, but we do have to make a pitching change. He is a monster against left-handed pitching. We're going with Jacob Junis, and we've got a 1-1 pitch here coming up, and then Chris Bryant sends it deep, and it's going to be over the ivy. A 3-run homer for KB. 4-1 Chicago. I think we found our match. Chicago. We haven't lost in gameplay in a long time. I think we have a NL rival at this point. Could we meet this team in the World Series? It'd be a pretty good one, I can tell you that right now. Because, again, this pitching staff holding us down. We're doing our best here. We've actually pitched pretty decently against these guys, too, in their offense. But Javi Baez in the top of the ninth. We're facing off against Jonathan Holder. He's going to try to lock it down. But we're not going away. We're not going quietly. We are going to give it a chance. We're going to give it ourselves a shot here. Salvi, line drive. Right back to Starlin Castro after a Benintendi base hit. So we're down to our final out here. Hunter Dozier replaced Ryan O'Hearn, and oh baby, this one's going to get down. Mazara is actually going to misplay it. It's going to go all the way to the ivy, and we've got Hunter Dozier rounding second, pushing Benintendi. Hunter Dozier slides in safely to third for a triple. A 2-out triple. Whit Merrifield coming up. Come on, baby, get a 2-run homer. Let's tie this thing up. A broken bat, and this one's not even going to be a home run out of the infield for a base hit. And Chicago is going to beat us here at Wrigley Field. Tough team, man. Very tough team. Like I said, I think we might have found our match here in this series, at least for year number 2. A team that can finally beat us in gameplay, right? Well, for the Kansas City Royals, we had a pretty, well, it was a better showing, right? O'Hearn went 3 for 3. You could question the decision there, but I know that the offense was kind of struggling to drive in runners at that point, so I knew that getting more speed on the base path with Hunter Dozier replacing him to be a pinch runner, Whit Merrifield puts the ball in play constantly. I was looking for a base hit there, possibly even a single that would easily get us from first to third. But it didn't happen. It didn't happen. So Whit grounded out in that double play, and that was unfortunate. But, guys, we have a Miles Hendricks sighting. So a custom prospect pitched against us in simulation for Texas. He ended up getting a loss. No run support. No offense for Miles Hendricks. So we're going to beat him 3-0. But I would love to actually get some Miles Hendricks and get your guys' custom prospects in gameplay at some point. I really want to see that, but it just, you know, especially for this episode, I didn't feel like we, needed to see a gameplay against Texas. It just didn't make a lot of sense to me. So maybe eventually Texas will be formidable and we can actually get some gameplay of that custom prospect, or even just any of your guys' prospects that are actually playing in the major league level. All right, so across the way here in August, we've got some more simming, and we're starting to lose some games here a little bit. White Sox, we ended up losing the series. Yankees, we actually won in that series. We beat them 2-1. Minnesota, 2-1 as well, so we won that series. We tied Texas actually 2-2. But you know, with that White Sox series, and we got a loss there against the Yankees. I'm actually a little bit nervous against the. There you go. So another loss. I'm nervous against the Red Sox here. So we're actually going to get into gameplay here with Asa Lacy. We haven't seen him in a while, and we're going to go up against the other lefty, Eduardo Rodriguez. So as we see these standings up on the board, guys, we've got a pretty tight race in the wild card situation between the Red Sox. The Tigers are actually making a push. The Twins are making a push. I mean, this is going to be a very, very tight American League chase for the playoffs. And you guys saw the National League little snapshot there. It's pretty close there in some instances, but the Dodgers have absolutely killed it this season. They're on a revenge tour for losing in the World Series to the Astros again. Right, so they're on a revenge tour to try to get that World Series back in LA. So here we go. Let's go up against this lefty veteran, Eduardo Rodriguez. Very solid pitcher his entire career. And Javi Baez with one down in the top of the first is going to get on second with a double. It was a nice shot. It was a really good line drive shot there. Whit Merrifield's going to do the same thing. But out in right field's got a gun. So we hold Javi. We're not challenging that. We need as many runs as we could possibly get here. We know that Boston is a very good team. And here's Salvi just dropping this one right into left field. There's David Dahl, acquired at the deadline, I believe, or a free agent acquisition. Either way, David Dahl is a new Red Sox on the team. And Salvi gives us a lead here, 1-0. And then we've got a deep drive to left, and this one made me mad. I can tell you that because I want to hit well with Hanser Alberto so bad. But it seems like every time we get a hold of something with this guy, we can't get it to fall. Almost hit a deep shot there with Hanser Alberto, but to no avail. All right, Asa Lacy pitching well. Let's go to the next inning. We've got the top of the second. We've got Mondesi getting a perfect, but Alex Verdugo is there. And we go to the next inning. Here's a strikeout on David Dahl, lefty on lefty. So I like what I'm seeing out of Asa Lacy so far. And this line drive right to Ke'Bryan Hayes. Dude, you guys were on the ball, man. Ke'Bryan Hayes is playing really well defensively out there. If you want to talk about some defense, take a look at Michael Taylor out there in center field. Gotta love that. That was a perfect off the bat of Xander Bogaerts as well. I mean, that pitch was a little bit middle and low. He put a good swing on it, but Michael Taylor is there in center to make the play. And then we got a ground ball here to Mondesi in the bottom of the fourth inning. And this is a nice little pick there by Hanser Alberto playing first base. All right, here's our situation now. We've got runner on first. We got Soler up, gets a base hit right past Devers. Nice job there. And we got Hanser Alberto coming up and puts a good swing on it, but that's going to be a double play ball. That's 2 down here in the top of the 6th inning. Let's go to Benintendi's next at bat. He's going to ground out here to Dahlbeck, who makes the nice flip to Rodriguez. And we're out of the inning. So again, our offense just kind of struggling a little bit here in the first 3 games of gameplay. But Ke'Bryan Hayes in the top of the 7th gets a nice base hit here against Eduardo Rodriguez, and that is going to do it. Rodriguez pitched well, man. Had 63 pitches in the game, only 1 earned, and got these guys to this point. I don't know why they would want to pull him. Maybe it's the lefty on righty matchup here, but they're going to go with Lucas Sims to face off against Michael Taylor, and then a stolen base attempt here is going to get gunned out. Ke'Bryan Hayes trying to be aggressive there, trying to get one more run. We need one more run. But here is an 0-2 count, and Lucas Sims does the job. He's going to strike out Michael Taylor, and the bases are now cleared. Take a look at this. Mondesi with 2 down says, why the heck not here? Top 7, I'm going to utilize my speed. New pitcher. Kind of got into a little bit of a groove there with the caught stealing and then the strikeout. But we actually get a walk here. Now, Mondesi did steal second base, so he was on first. He stole second, and then we got Whit Merrifield, deep fly ball here to left field. And I get mad here, man. I like almost break my controller because we have hit the ball so hard today, and we don't have anything to show for it. It's 1-0. It's like, man, this game has captured how some baseball players feel, man. Sometimes you get that perfect. Even you guys in gameplay when you're playing this game, sometimes you get that perfect, and you just get robbed. I mean, take a look at this shot. I mean, this is a deep drive to center field, and Alex Verdugo is there. I mean, Salvi just stung this ball, and we don't have anything to show for it. Now, here's a base knock for Hanser Alberto. That gets us started here in the top of the 8th, but we've got 2 down now. So Ke'Bryan Hayes comes back up. He's got to get a job done. close pitch, but he takes it for a walk. Now Michael Taylor, 2-1 count against Matzik, and he's going to drill this thing into the gap. That's exactly what we wanted. It's going to get down. That's going to score at least 1, and it's a ground rule double. 2, I should say. My bad. 2. It scores 2. It's 3-0 here, and then Mondesi comes up, who had that perfect hit. Contact. Wasn't a hit, but contact a little earlier. Had that bunt, that drag bunt single. He's going to pop up here and end the top of the 8th. So here we go. Our new lefty, Jesse Biddle. We haven't seen him in gameplay yet. So nice to get a strikeout here in gameplay. 3 pitches. Gets the K. You see Asa Lacy's numbers there. Pretty solid. And then this ground ball right past Javi Baez. That is Bobby Dahlbeck with the single right past the Magician. Next batter up. That's going to be a strikeout. Hunter Renfroe is going to get K'd by Jesse Biddle. So 2 strikeouts in this inning. Here's a ground ball. Almost snuck past Baez, but plants his feet, makes the throw, and we're out of the 8th inning. So guys, let's go to the top of the 9th. We've got Matt Barnes on. Full count, and Salvi says with 2 down, I'm swinging. This one's long, deep, and gone. Right over the green monster. And Salvi hits number 19 in 2022. So we are up now 4-0, and then 2 down. Cabrian Hayes makes the play, guys, and we are winners yet again. We win again in gameplay. You know, I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's like it doesn't matter, though, because in simulation, we continue to win. We're one of the best teams in baseball, if not the best team in baseball. So if you guys want to see me, I'm not into changing sliders once the season starts. But if you guys want to see me in year number 3 change the sliders in gameplay, I will be more than happy to do that. I will agree that in year 2, I think we have won too much in gameplay. I think we have one loss. Maybe this was the 2nd loss we've had in gameplay. So, yeah, that probably needs to change. This is on legend hitting. It's on legend difficulty. I think we need to maybe just adjust some of the sliders down a little bit. So let me know in the comment section. We've got a little bit of a break here in between gameplay where I can kind of talk about that and kind of address that. So again, I don't want to mess with sliders once the season has started. It's almost like in your fantasy football leagues or fantasy sports leagues where you got the commissioner changing the rules after the draft, and once the season's already started. I don't want to do that. I don't want to get into messing with that. So let me know in the comment section if you want to see that happen, guys. So a little bit of a break, a little bit of an intermission there. We had our September call-ups. We actually called up Daniel Lynch. We had 2 extra spots for our September call-ups. You get a 28-man roster at that point. So I ended up calling up 2 lefties. I called up Richard Lovelady, and then I called up Daniel Lynch. I think that those guys are going to be valuable down the stretch here because I already know that our deficiencies in our bullpen is left-handed pitching. So we do have Chris Bubich. We do have Asa Lacy. We've got James Paxton. But that's it for our left-handed pitchers. And then we got Jesse Biddle. So if you can get Lovelady in there, you can get Daniel Lynch in there, you can really start to play with some matchups. And I'm assuming the CPU would be smart enough to do that as well in simulations. So right now we're heading into the middle part of September, and we've got a really tough stretch. And, I really started thinking we got 3 games shown today. Maybe right now, given where we're at in the standings, these games are important, but maybe we can get away with starting to simulate some of these games here. So we actually lose the series against New York. We tied the series. I get ahead of myself there. We tied the series against the White Sox 2-2. We traded. We went off, on, win-loss. So I would really like to see some consistency there, but we do end up tying the series. Now take a look at the Minnesota Twins right now and the White Sox. They're starting to make a push here late in September. We got to get it going here. Now against Detroit in a 3-game series, we really got to sweep. We got to sweep them, right? That's the only way that we can really push past these AL Central teams like the White Sox and the Twins. We got to sweep these guys. We do get a win here, 10-6. They scored 3 runs in the first 3 innings of this game, but we end up getting the W here, 10-6, and I think that's an 8 spot in the 2nd inning. So we were up on these guys 8-3, had a good win. Johnny Cueto pitched really well, and we also get a win here on Saturday, the next game of the series, and we win 7-6. Tigers actually had 2 errors in this game. I would believe that actually cost them a chance at winning the game, man. They scored 2 runs in the 8th inning as well, trying to make that comeback, but we get the W anyway. And here is the one that we need. We want this one really badly, and we get it. September 19th, we get a win. We sweep the Tigers, and you can see the effects of that winning streak right there, guys, in the standings. We are now pushing past the Twins here late in September, but there's still more baseball left to be played because we don't even end our season until the middle of October. So against the White Sox is a big series. We end up splitting with them again, 1-1. Now against Tampa Bay, this is a huge series to determine seeding in the playoffs because we're 82-65, they're 81-65. Yeah, this is big time because if we can beat these guys in this series, that would be huge for us in the playoffs, but we do lose the series. So we are now tied because we did win game number 1 of the series, but we're now tied in record going into the St. Louis series, but we lose both games. So now, guys, you can see what's happening here in the standings. We are only up on the Twins by half a game. And against the Rays here, guys, a 4-game series, every game matters, but we win one, we lose one, we win one here on Saturday. We are now tied 85-70 against these Rays. This is getting crazy. We got a 3-game series against the Cleveland Indians coming up. We've got a 3-game series against the Tigers coming up. It's getting nuts right now, guys. And the Twins are not letting us just win this thing outright. They got to give us a challenge. They always are like a thorn in our side in this series. So here we go, 85-70, Rays against the Royals. Now, here's a little spoiler. The Minnesota Twins will win their game before this one starts. So they are actually 86-71. They've played 2 more games than we have. Their winning percentage is the same as what we have right now. So it is very, very important that we win this game to then vault them and get into first place again for the AL Central. Again, the Twins are not going away here late in October at the end of the season. They're not going anywhere. So we've got to win as many games as we possibly can. So here we go. We've got our ace on the mound to win this game. This is very huge for us. Brady Singer gets a 1-2-3 inning. We're going up against the 13-11 Taijuan Walker. 133 strikeouts to 95 walks. Make that 134 strikeouts. He's going to get Mondesi to K swinging. Here we go. Javi Baez is going to take a walk right down the first base. That was a really close pitch, but he's going to get on either way. Here's a base knock right past shortstop Wander Franco, and that is going to be a hit for Whit Merrifield. We got runners on first and second now. Big old Ryan O'Hearn with the perfect. That is going to be gone into the drink. 3-run shot. That's how you start a must-win game off. Huge home run for Ryan O'Hearn. He's got 20-plus now in the season, number 23. That one went 455 feet, guys, so that was a big boy bomb right there. Singer in the top of the second, going to get a K. Let's start the top of the third off with a K against Francisco Mejia. He's also going to strike out Manuel Margot. That's 2 strikeouts this inning. Let's see if he can get a third. Yep. Phillips is going to strike out. Fastball high and inside. Can't catch up to it. Singer is still pitching well in gameplay. Here's Tyler Naquin. Big time shot. Going to be over the head of the outfielders. That is going to hit off the wall. That's going to be an RBI double. It's now going to be 4-0 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Again, guys, this Royals offense coming through in clutch moments against this really good Tampa Bay Rays team, guys. So Kevin Cash comes out. He's going to make the replacement. Matt Whistler is coming on with a 3.09 ERA. Pitching well, man. Very well, actually. So he's going to be a tough pitcher for us to figure out here. We are going to be trying to lay down a drag bunt, trying to move Naquin over to third with a sac fly situation. Maybe Mondesi beats it out, but that wasn't happening. Next batter up, we've got Javi Baez. Deep drive to left. This one is gone. A 2-run shot for Javi. That's number 32 on the season. And the fans are loving it here in KC. 6-0 game over these Rays. Who's the best team in the majors? That's right. You're looking at them. KC. Top 7. Brady Singer strikes out Anthony Rizzo. Looking nice little change up inside number 7. This is going to be number 8 against Brandon Lau. Let's go to the top of the 8th, guys, and we get strikeout number 9. Strikeout number 9. Let's go top 9. Strikeout number 10. Phillips is going to strike out here as well. And Starling Marte going to ground out here to Javi Baez. 1 out away from a complete game shutout over this first place team Rays. And here is Joey Wendell. Deep drive to center. Tyler Naquin giving chase. He's got it. No! It bounces off his glove and he can't find the ball. Left fielder Benintendi says, dude, it's at the wall. We're throwing it back in, and relay is not in time. It's an inside the park home run. What a way to rain on the parade, man. Tyler Naquin, dude, you got to make this catch. Maybe the sun got in his eyes or something, but then because like he was blinded. He was blinded by the sun because he couldn't find where the ball went. Benintendi had to tell him where it was. By the time they figured it out, they couldn't get the throw in. So unfortunately, no shutout, but it is a complete game for Brady Singer. He goes all 9, giving up 1 run. Got to see if that's an earned run or not. We'll take a look at the box score here really quick. But either way, guys, the Royals win pretty much in blowout fashion, in my opinion. And this Rays team is really good. And we beat these guys 6-1 at our place. Now, they didn't give Naquin an error there. It bounced off his glove. They gave him a hit instead. So, you know, hometown scorekeepers there are really helping us out on keeping that scoreboard clean, keeping that box score clean. All right, so the Twins actually get the Cubs at a 2-game set, so that's going to be tough for them. We get Cleveland, and we sweep these guys. So, yeah, baby, we were on a 5-game winning streak in October. We got a 3-game set against the Tigers coming up, and let's see how the Twins did. They actually split the series with Chicago. Now, they get a Cleveland team that's 0-3 against us here in October. So, coming off a 3-game sweep, the Twins could easily beat these guys in a 3-game sweep. So, Tigers are no slouch either, but we get a win here and a win there, and that should do it. Let's see what the Twins did in their matchup here against Cleveland. They get 2 wins as well. That's going to do it, guys. We got 1 game left. We're 2 games up on the Twins. We are AL Central champs. And as you guys see in the little zoom in here, we got the best record in the Major League. We got the number 1 seed, my friends. We did it. We rebuilt this Royals team to really back to significance, back to dominance. You know, the Kansas City Royals, way back when, and I say that lightly, back in 2015 when they won the World Series, it was 6 years ago, but man, the Royals for a couple seasons there were really dominant with the speed, with the aggressive base running, with the pitching and the defense. I mean, they were a very dominant team. We did lose our last game of the year, game 162 against the Tigers, but there you guys go. So we were a 91-win team. 91-71 is your final record for this Royals team. I'm actually really excited for how this playoff is going to turn out. We got Houston, Tampa Bay. Should be a big series for both those teams, really trying to duke it out between each other. The AL is going to be tough. No matter who comes out of there, it's going to be really tough. We got Minnesota, New York in the wild card game, and we're going to play whoever wins that. I hope that it's Minnesota. Believe it or not, I actually do hope it's Minnesota, because the Yankees, they always give me trouble in gameplay, and I know that there's just going to be a tough team to pitch against, but I know our strength is pitching for this Royals team. So up on your screen, guys, just some statistic updates. We're going to be covering this in the last 5 minutes, so if you want to exit off the video, you can go ahead and do that. But, you know, I think that overall this team had a nice balance. So we really built this team to pitch well. We added some veteran pieces like Cueto and Paxton in this year's offseason. We actually managed our young pitching very well with Bubic, moving him to the pen. Asa Lacy continuing to ride that hot hand. He's been pitching well all season long. Of course, Jackson Kowar's been kind of a guy that's been off and on. We made some trades at the, during the season, not just at the deadline, but during the season to go out and go get a guy like Jordan Montgomery, a young pitcher that, you know, has actually turned his season around this year. He was not pitching very well for New York, and he wasn't pitching very well for us when we first acquired him. But after July, after the All-Star break, he really took it on. Like, guys, you can see he was an 83 when we acquired him. He's got a +2. He's an 85 now. Was a double-digit winner for us. Really knocked down the ERA into the 4s. He had 15 wins this season. Like, that's hard to argue that he didn't pitch well for us, man. So, you know, that ERA and that whip is probably a little bit deceiving because he did really turn it up a notch. It's looking like to be a really good acquisition for us at that, not at the deadline, but during trade season. So, Asa Lacy was one of the AL leaders in ERA. Look at that. He just missed out on Marco Gonzalez. for first place. And Marco Gonzalez actually had 6 complete games this season. He was actually up on our board to go out and go acquire at the trade deadline, but you guys didn't want to vote for that, which I don't blame you. I think we got a really good value with Jesse Biddle coming out of the pen, and of course Ke'Bryan Hayes playing some good defense. You guys saw it in gameplay, playing good defense at third. Even in simulation, he's hitting. He's not a multiple hit type of hitter. I'm noticing more like a 1 for 3, 1 for 4 type of guy. But at least if he can notch in an RBI and chip in an RBI towards the lower of the order, I think we're going to be all right. So I'm excited about the playoffs this season. You know what? If we win the World Series, we're still going to continue on to year number 3. If we lose, we're definitely continuing on to year number 3. We're not going to stop until we see what your guys' custom prospects are doing. I definitely want to make sure that you guys are able to get some satisfaction from there and get, pretty much close the book. Give one of your custom prospects, if all of your custom prospects, a story they deserve, a production, a good sample size to see how they're going to do. I think you guys have stuck with me and stuck with this series for so long. And of course, those of you guys that are patrons out there that really want to see how their players are going to do, I think that you guys deserve that. So we're going to continue on with this series, win or lose, and we're going to try our best to win as many World Series as we possibly can. And just, as you guys can see here, our youth is something that's really going to help us maintain some longevity of good, dominant baseball from this point forwards. You can see it. Asa Lacy almost won American League Rookie of the Year, but just came behind Spencer Torkelson, who had over 300, had a really good year. Aiton Letterman, a custom prospect, is going to win the National League Rookie of the Year for the Pittsburgh Pirates. So congratulations there, my friend. So your player, first one, the honorary custom prospect to finally win Rookie of the Year. So the first guy that's custom to win an award goes to Aiton Letterman. So guys, up on your screen you see some Gold Glove winners here. Unfortunately for Mondesi, he did not qualify there. Instead, Javi Baez actually came in third place at the Gold Glove spot for shortstop. Silver Slugger winners, Salvi wins one at catcher, Whit Merrifield wins one at second, which is kind of cheesy because at the last 2 months he played in the outfield, but either way, he wins Silver Slugger for second baseman. And then Javi Baez actually came in second place for Silver Slugger at shortstop. I felt like he got snubbed there a little bit. His batting average was 270 some against Xander Bogaerts at 320. Had way more home runs than he did. Had 15 more RBIs, I should say, than Bogaerts. But I think, Bogaerts probably rightfully won the award just because he was more of an overall well-rounded type of hitter, where Baez was 270, probably had a bunch of strikeouts and a bunch of home runs. So, maybe the voters got it right. But either way, I'm a little bit jaded. I feel like he got snubbed just a little bit, possibly. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comment section below. All right, so National League awards, I don't really talk about those too much, guys, at least not yet. This is a Royals franchise. Maybe I do like to give you guys updated on what's going on throughout the league, but, I don't think you guys are going to remember it anyway, right? And, once we get into year 3, year 4, year 5, and once we start getting more of your custom prospects, I think, these league type of updates will make more sense, because then you guys will be starting to infiltrate the series. You'll start infiltrating the majors, and then you guys can, really start to see your players progress and actually do something and be contributors into the series. So that's going to do it for the video today, guys. Leave a like if you like this thing. I will give you a playoff video here next week, and I don't know how I'm going to do it quite yet. I don't know if I want to simulate more than I play. I feel like that's probably the best way to do it. Maybe sim one, play one, and see how it goes. And if there's an elimination game, play, kind of like how I do in other series. But, like I said earlier in this episode, we've got a situation now where, I don't lose a ton of games in this series. And I want to lose some more games, but changing the sliders right now, I just feel like it's not consistent, and it kind of makes things a little variable at that point. You don't really, I want to be able to stay consistent once I start a season. Keep the sliders, keep the difficulty, don't go changing stuff back and forth all the time. It's just very inconsistent. So I'd love to know what you guys think in the comment section below about that. Maybe we can make the argument that since it's playoffs, it gets a little tougher. I don't know. What do you guys want to see in the comment section? I'm more than open to hearing you guys' suggestions and ideas. I think how we're going to treat the playoffs is we're going to do basically 3 videos, right? So we'll do ALDS, ALCS, then World Series. Of course, even if we make it that far, we could easily lose against the Yankees or the Twins. Both these teams have given me problems for many, many years in the show. It's not even funny to me anymore that, I'm kind of scared a little bit of the ALDS matchup here. So next time I see you guys, we'll have the ALDS and we'll see what happens. But that's it for today. Leave a like if you like this thing. I'll see you in the next one. As always, thanks for watching and peace.